Welcome. This is no longer just a tarot reading. This is a mirror. If you have found your way here, it wasn't accidental. We are no longer working in surface energy. We are no longer entertaining illusion. This space is for revelation, for karmic cycle reflection, for the truths that refuse to stay hidden. Tonight's reading falls under the veil and the mirror. This is where we examine what has been obscured, what has been projected, and what is finally ready to be seen. With the solar eclipse in Aquarius, identity is shifting. Masks are dissolving. The version of you that survived is not necessarily the version of you that continues on. This is not about prediction. It is about recognition. I'm not here to tell you who you are. I am here to reflect what your soul already knows. Take what resonates, leave what does not. But understand, if something activates you, that is where the work is. And so guys, let me go over here to my notes. So first, we have the solar eclipse in Aquarius tonight. I got my notes to the side over here. Make sure I get the bullet points. So with the solar eclipse energy, the solar eclipse is in Aquarius, and it's also a new moon. The solar eclipse in Aquarius is all about the future self, collective karma, detachment, rebellion. And the solar eclipse is an ego reset or identity rewrite, so to say. We also have what's going on in astrology. We also have Venus conjunct North Node in Pisces. So we have, with that area, we have love, destiny, regrow, return to compassion without self-erasure, dissolving karmic love distortions in all aspects of life. So here we're really focusing on really being able to have that compassion for oneself, the compassion for other people, and be able to hold space for them, but also at the same time, knowing how to do that from a distance if that needs to be, knowing how to release without losing who it is that you are, learning how to take everything that we have learned and turn it into self-love or that nurturing or parenting for yourself. Then we also have the Venus conjunct North Node in Pisces. Now this is something that is actually very major, which this correlates back to having that self-love. It's illusion, the mask is falling off, and the dissolving of the veil, and the dissolving of those distortions and those illusions. We have Mercury, semi-square Chiron, which is a wound awareness. So internal discomfort awareness, mental childhood wound integration. So there's some sort of mental wound that's going on that's stemming from your childhood that affects how you make decisions or how you go into certain thought patterns, and be able to bring that forth into awareness. Now that when that happens, that trigger during those conversations, like with it being semi-square Mercury, there's going to be some sort of conversation that's going to be triggering, because Mercury is all about communication. And with Chiron's childhood wound, so it's going to be, you're instantly going to go into some sort of survivor mode that you develop from childhood that affects how you think and how you make your decisions, or what you make your decisions based on. Then we also have, with the eclipse this today, it marks the Chinese New Year, which is the year of the fire horse, which is accelerated sovereignty. So it is a karmic reset in love, identity, and community when we talk about this eclipse overall in general. All right, so without any further delay, let's go ahead and hop right on into it. Lord, Father, Mother God, and Holy Father, Mother God, allow yourself to use me as a vessel to be able to share the messages that needs to go through, protect us, and guide us to our ancestors, spirit guides, and those other beings, those beautiful archangels of the light and the light only, so that we can do this work. The veil is lifted. The mirror does not lie. All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and hop right on here into the spread. So we have a special spread. The spread is from the veil and the mirror. Now, with the veil and the mirror, this is the severance and calling spread. I'll do this special for the solar eclipse. Let's go ahead and shuffle these cards. Let's go ahead and cap on in here. Let's get the overall energy with this deck first. What's the main focus that the collective is facing? This eclipse. What is the main energy? The main energy. Endurance. That's the main energy we focus on. All right. I like that. All right, so we're going to do, there's 3 sections. Ooh, we are not doing that. Oh, they're excited. They are excited. So there are 3 sections to this spread. We're going to do 3 at a time. That way we get all the deeds and all the information that spirit, that the Most High, Source, Universe, all of the Maya have for us. All right, for the first, can I get, so the first one is, what identity is collapsing? So there's 2 cards that came out for that. Okay, can we get a card for the second, which is, what illusion about love is dissolving? Oh, okay, so we all know. Okay, we got 2 cards. Okay, and for the third spot, what past life vow is ending? Take those first 2. Read it. Sacred gratitude. You know what? It's the solar eclipse. Let's go ahead and do all 4. Let's go. All right, so with the first one, so the overall energy here, we have endurance, right? This is the overall focal point of this reading completely. So for the first section, what identity is collapsing? We have courage. Courage came out in reverse. And we have building your world, creation, expansion, networking. Oh, courage says strength, fierceness, and family. Building your world, it came out upright. All right, so what's going on here is that you are in the process of creating. You're in the process of bringing something forth, bringing this newness, this light that is within you. You've been focusing on yourself, focusing on your light, focusing on how it is that your process of bringing this out into the open, and making sure your attentions and your mind and your emotions are all in line, because it's going to take all of that in order to bring it forward. Where the courage is coming out is that you are afraid. And you know what? It's okay to be afraid. A lot of people are like, oh, well, no, you can't go into this being afraid. You can't go into this. Now, you could be fearful and still have faith. You can't. And I know people are like, oh, well, no, you can't. You have faith and you're not afraid. Well, here's the thing about that is that you can still have faith, even though your mom's telling you, like, hey, there's no monsters underneath your bed. You have the faith in your mom that, okay, you know what? She's not going to tell me there's no monsters, and there's a monster truly under my bed. So you have that faith to still get in your bed, even though you are terrified that there's a dang old monster up on underneath your bed. The Most High works the same way. So it is okay to not have that courage and just yet. But as you do it more, as you develop it and see your reality truly come into manifestation in the tangible sense, like you already feel it, you can see it, you've written it down, you've done all that you can possibly do. Also remember, this eclipse is also about eclipses. Surrender is an ego death. So our ego wants to be able to control things. We are surrendering it. We are letting it go. All right, so we're going to go ahead and hop in the second position. What illusion about love is dissolving? So we have a summoning power in reverse, instinct, intellect, control, sacred breath and sound came out upright, life force, communication. Okay, so what's dissolved about love is the fact that you still have your autonomy, because with summoning power, instinct, intellect, control, we're at the point where basically we all know that the only thing we can control is ourselves, our emotions, our thoughts, our reactions, our responses, our behavior, our patterns, everything that exists within us. That's the only thing that we can control. In a relationship, you do not have to lose that autonomy of being able to control and monitor over yourself. You don't have to be so far in alignment with your person or with the world or society or how, your ancestors used to do things back in the day. If we're talking about, a personal spiritual path and being able to release that love of from your ancestors, their approval, or the Most High, or the archangels, because it's still going off of that fear programming that has been ingrained with us from institutionalized beliefs and religions. You still have that autonomy. You still have that control to make choices. To truly make a choice. Even if that choice is, I'm choosing to not make a choice and do absolutely nothing, that is still a choice, and you have the right to have that. So regardless of you following your life path or getting into a relationship or having friends or starting a new endeavor or a new project or however this situation is coming about for you, what's dissolving around love is that loss of you, of your authenticity, your individuality, your uniqueness, because that's really truly where you hold your power, where your power is being summoned, where your power is being called. Because you have the sacred breath and sound, you have that life force, you have that communication in order to be able to establish boundaries and be able to get back to yourself and go, hey, you know what, I'm doing a little bit too much over here, or this, or that, and be able to reclaim that power back within yourself. What past life vow is ending? Now, if you guys want to understand where past life vows and things like that go into play, check out Orcus. Orcus is a planetary aspect in your birth chart. It's considered one of the ones that's minor, is really not that important. What the divine has showed me in through my journey is that a lot of the times these charts that says they're insignificant, they're really some of the most important things. So check out Orcus, Orcus. Now, moving on. So what past life vow is ending? Okay, so the past life vow that is ending right now, we have portal in reverse, infinite mind, awakening consciousness. That is in reverse, opening heart, deep connections, water blessing. This is in the upright. Okay. Deep emotions, unknown feelings, past life influences in reverse and upright, sacred gratitude, reverent appreciation, prayer. All right, so this is interesting. What past life vows are ending? So the past life vows that are ending are portal and deep emotions. The past life vows that are ending and how these are, you're like, okay, what is really going on here? Infinite mind, awakening conscious. You have already been awakened. Like you're seeking this next big awakening that you're going to have. One, that the awakening that you had to even be on this journey, you're never going to get that feeling back. Stored in your memory, stored in your body, in your soul. You're already there. You are already awakened. And then deep emotions, unknown feelings, past life influences. Those deep emotions that are connected to these past life vows. See, it literally says, see, you can't, unknown feelings, past life influences. So these influences from the past life that we made these promises, to families, soul tribes, our soul contract, things like that. But more so, we're still talking about generationally and within your bloodline, within your lineage, spiritual or genetically, and being able to cleanse those out, those deep emotions, those trauma. And that's exactly what Orcus is about. Check out Orcus in your birth chart. Now you might have to go to AstroDent and use theirs, and I'll have that up on a website or a video later on in the future on how to be able to do all that. Because when I tell you astrology, let me know when you're ready to go down the rabbit hole. But we're releasing a lot of those emotions. Those emotions are coming up, and we're trying to figure out, where is this coming up from? Where is all this? And that's okay. That's another reason why we have courage in reverse, and why we have summoning power in reverse as well. It's because of portal, the portal and the deep emotions being in reverse. And the overall, these are the past life vows that are connecting these three wholeheartedly, especially these two together, because being able to release the portal and release those deep emotions, we have a fear of being able to have the courage. Okay, so what's going on in the collective is that the fear of being able to have that courage, the fear of doing whatever it is that you need to do, whether it's naysayers or, damned if you do, damned if you don't mentality, and really still wagering like, okay, but do I want to be damn do or damn don't? And trying to sort through all of that. That comes from something that has happened in your past life. So there were times where you had the courage, you stood up, you were able to manifest and create your own world. Salem witch trials. We also have during apartheid in South Africa, which was very similar to segregation, but also during that time, that was pretty much their Salem witch trials as well, because having ancestral gifts and things like that was considered a crime. It was considered a crime to do witchcraft during the apartheid, where they had the segregation and everything going on for Black South Africans versus any other South Africans. So things that happen in a past life, your past life could be just that recently. That ended in 1993, and the apartheid started back in, so you could have and came back in 1985. So it literally could have happened. But it's these past life energies and thinking that we have to keep going through a portal or being able to hold on to these deep emotions in order to do the healing. No, we don't. No, we don't. Oh, we got 2 more sections. We already at 20 minutes. No, we don't at all. And what came up for the collective is opening heart, deep connections, water blessings, and sacred gratitude, reverent appreciation, and prayer. You have passed a certain threshold where you don't need to have to go through any more initiations, any more upgrades, any more ascensions. Not at this current moment in time. Feeling that you constantly have to improve, and get to this point of mastery that for real, really does. All right, sorry, y'all. Ran out of battery. Alright, so we're going to get an overall energy for this first one. So that's why those came out in reverse though. Because it's being able to feel as if you don't have the endurance. You do have the endurance, and that's really all you have to do is put in the endurance to make these final changes within yourself. That self-identity of being able to relate on such a deep emotional level. Those emotions are ready to come up to be healed, so that you can have that courage, so that you can have that strength. Those are ancestral wounds that you are carrying around. They are not yours. They do not belong to you. They are your ancestors. They went through some things, and you're the one that's here to change that for them. The wishing well, unexpected gifts, kindness, karmic jewels. And that's what it's all about, those karmic jewels. Being able to take that wisdom and those experiences and transmute it and integrate it into superpowers. Like, for example, if you were in a situation, in a dynamic, and it caused you to constantly overthink this. Well, what if this? Well, if I say this is going to happen. Well, if I do this is going to happen. But if I do it this way, then this is going to happen. But then if I don't do it this way, okay, maybe if I take this. And being able to think about all of that in like 2.5 seconds, if even that long, can be used as a superpower, because now you're able to multitask. You're able to solve complex problems in a split of a second that will usually take someone else hours or days, because they can't think of the different scenarios or the different outcomes or how things could possibly, the probability of an outcome or an ending, because they didn't have that type of training. And those are the unexpected gifts and the karmic jewels. Water codes. Oh, there's 3. Look at that there. Water codes. Ancient wisdom. The intelligence is within you. Now, within your emotions that you have, being present in the moment, not dwelling and embodying things that you are releasing and getting rid of that are coming from your ancestors, but that with the intelligence and the wisdom that you have within, the water codes that you have within, through your experiences and grasping on those karmic jewels, that wisdom. The rainbow, sweet relief, new beginnings, a new way forward. See? The promises is just over the rainbow. A new way forward, sweet beginnings. Once you're able to really know that you can keep going, and have that endurance and defeat that current past life of not being strong enough, not having the courage, having that fear that is stopping you from doing what it is that you need to do, and having those situations where those things are being triggered to come up to purposely stop you from doing what it is that you need to do, the world that you are building, the reality that you are bringing birth into this realm. And these new beginnings. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the next 3. The first one, what wound is being triggered? Sorry, I gotta keep scooting up. What wound is being triggered? Let's focus on Chiron. All right, second one. What betrayal is resurfacing for healing? Sedona or Sedna? Sedona. I don't know why I want to keep calling that Sedona. Sedna. All right. Where have I exiled my Lilith? All right. We got 3 cards. Look at that. We got 3 cards for once. For once. All right. Got my tarot cards to clarify, but they coming up right how it is. All right. So the first one. What wound is being triggered? So with Chiron focuses on your inner child. So childhood wounding or something that affects your inner child that you need to nurture. You need to reparent yourself. And the things and the ways that you would want to be parented and nurtured that's nurturing and beneficial for you and your growth. Innovation, new creations. So this is the wound that is being triggered. So as a child, you weren't able to be as innovative, but as an adult, this came out upright. You realize that you are able to be innovative and create whatever it is that you want to create, regardless of the standard, regardless of how other people may feel about it, regardless of how it's the road less traveled. Ooh, excuse me. Thank you. Took over. So that innovation took over. That's the wound that is being triggered. Being able to create. Know that as an adult now, you have that ability to create the world that you see fit, that you live in day to day, whether it's your associations, whether it's your path, whether it's your occupation, whether it's your education, your beliefs, your practices, the things that you want to make and turn them into customs for your own family. Know that you have the ability to do that. All right, so we have the next one. What betrayal is resurfacing for healing? Sedna. So what betrayal is resurfacing for healing? We have brilliant beliefs in the reverse. Luminous life force, personal power. So you gave away your personal power. You gave away your beliefs. You pretty much conformed. You conformed into whatever that time frame or that lifetime that you were in, whether it was for family, for a relationship, for the community at large, for the highest good of all, for anything outside of yourself that, and you wasn't right for you, you didn't like you didn't want to do it at all, but you did it anyway to be that people pleaser, to be able to, well, okay, I don't want to be the one that causes because they're going to be mad if I don't do this, and they're going to feel this way, they're going to think that, they're going to do that, and pretty much using that to be able to take away your own power, to be able to logically explain and rationale and rationale to yourself, like, oh well, no, I did this because of this, and yes, and it would be selfish of me. I have to put myself to the side. Spiritual work and selfishness goes hand in hand because there is a healthy level of selfishness. Anything over too excessive will always be bad. But there's a healthy level of selfishness, and that's not giving your personal power away. That's not giving your luminous life force, your light, dimming your light, cowering back down, fitting into a box in order to fit in order to not be different, in order to belong, in order to, oh, well, I don't want to do things the hard way. Even if it was the road worn out and well traveled, because you are unique, you're going to see something different. You're going to have a different experience than the last person that literally just walked the same way. Even if you put your feet print exactly where their feet print were, it's still going to be different. It's still going to be different. And conforming and giving away your power, giving away your light to fit in just so you can blend in. But you're not here to blend in. You're not here to give your power away. That power is needed, whether it's for you, for your kids. It's damn sure for your ancestors, your past life, and everything else that's going on, especially what's been coming out in here. It is needed. It is needed. And now for the last one, where have I exiled my Lilith? Friendship in reverse. Support, fun, unity, play. So your Lilith, which is your shadow side, is things that you really, really hide. Friendship, you hid friendship. You exile your Lilith, your shadow side. That's when you're able to really give, to able not just give but receive that support. And yes, that can be a Lilith. That can be a shadow side. Feeling like you don't have support, you can't get that support, you are not supported, and being able to lean on that courage and go, no, I'm the strong one. I have to be the strong one. I can't get support. I don't need it. And that's that eclipse in the Aquarius. That's where that ego's coming in. That's the ego death right there, boo boo. I don't know what to tell you about that, but that's the ego death right there. Everybody needs help. Everybody needs some type of support, some way, shape, or form. Even if you start your own business, guess what your support is? Your customers. You need that. Everybody needs support. Fun, unity, play. You are allowed to have fun. It cannot be work all the time. Yes, understand and giving, and yes, work is important. We have to do what we have to do in order to do what we want to do. That's the great debaters right there. But at the same time, you also have to be able to give back to yourself. You are allowed to have fun. You will come across unity and having those soul tribes and those soul connections. And be able to have the endurance through this creation, through not giving your life force away, and being able to stand on your friendships because you have those boundaries set in place. You're not going to allow people to walk all over you. You're going to be able to keep going, have that endurance, to be able to get rid of those past life emotions, express yourself for how it is that you want to be and do in order to create the world that you are creating, and in order to be able to have some damn fun. Spirituality and your spiritual calling, your life path does not have to be that dang on serious. You are allowed to have fun. Yes, it is serious work. Do not get me wrong here. It is serious work. You are going to be attacked. You do have to monitor your energy and shift to make sure that you're not creating any more karma, and that you're actually working towards the goal that you say that you are working towards. But that's where self-accountability comes into play. That's where it comes on into play. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get into the last 3 parts of this reading. Well, they on the road with the oracle cards. I ain't have to pull no clarifiers with the tarot. All right. So we have number 7. What destiny is calling me forward? All right. Number 8. What shock event accelerates this shift? And number 9. What must be surrendered before the next moon? Cycle. Okay. Here we go. We'll do another one. Okay, for that one, because that one fell on the flow. And I don't know if that was in reverse, but I feel like that it actually was. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh, I forgot to pull. Okay. Let me get an oracle for the overall energy for the last 3. And there. Childhood world of innovation and creativity from hiding day Lilith of fun. But that's why your innovation, your childhood triggered me, because you negative. Oh Lord have mercy. You have put a negative connotation on having fun, being creative, being innovation, which comes from play. That literally comes from play. That's why kids love to play. That's literally where that comes from. It comes from play. Alrighty. And for the last 3 cards, she who flows, ease, being open to change, go with the flow of life. See, ease, being open to change, go with the flow of life. Know that you are protected. And look at all that green. That's the heart chakra right there. Go ahead and open up that green heart chakra. Speak your truth. Set your boundaries. You can sure enough have fun and play and be creative and all of that. knowing, how what to share, what not to share, especially when you are creating something, because you got to keep a tight lip. You can't overshare every day on thing. So being able to have that discernment. All right, so we got 7. What destiny is calling me forward? Duality. Well. Many meanings, misunderstanding. Your duality is calling you forward. Your destiny is being able to unite in a divine union, your internal feminine and your eternal masculine in the divine union, so that you can create the world that you need to create. Being able to have fun and be free and share the side of you that most people don't see, which is hiding behind your Lilith and having the fun and the unity and being able to have friendships and all of that good nature, because your masculine is there, knowing that you know what, I'm protected. I do have my masculine. I got my bodyguard right here. We good. My bodyguard is like top notch Secret Service. We good. And then some, but in the spiritual realm. So being able to have that duality, that is what's calling you forward. Having that balance between your emotions and your mind. Being able to have your balance between the action and that passion and that fire. What shock event associates this? What shock event accelerates this shift? Harvest, gathering of blessings, sacred gratitude, reverent appreciation, and prayer. This one came out for the last group of 3. Having that sacred gratitude, just being thankful, and sometimes even being thankful. Going back to that, because I came out with the Lilith card, with what's where you're hiding your Lilith. Also, what came on right is that you are appreciative. You are, having that gratitude and that sacred reverence and being in prayer, and it's just being able to also have that fun side as well. So for this one, that's the shocked event, is seeing your blessings, seeing things actually materialize, seeing things come into fruition, your manifestations that you have once said years ago. Watch all that starts to speed up and accelerate, because that's also what this eclipse is about as well. It is a rapid clearing of karmic things that no longer serve. It is a rapid acceleration, a manifestation of things that have been in progress and working, leading on up to this. And that's going from years all the way up until now, especially with it being in Aquarius. Aquarius is all about being different and being able to be different in a way that is authentic to your individuality, your quirks, all of that. And embracing your light and your dark. Another shadow side, another side of duality, which is, and you know what? 40th slip. It is a shadow side, because a lot of people see those things as being opposites, and that's associated with gender and sex and sexuality, and it's also energy as well. It's a big misconception. No, you're supposed to embrace your shadow and your light, not just your light. All right, so for number 9, what must be surrendered before the next moon cycle? All right, so what must be surrendered before the next moon cycle? We have idyllic times, the garden, paradise. Oh, your comfortability. Your comfortability. Deep emotions, unknown feelings, past life influences. And that came out again. All right, so what must be surrendered before the next moon cycle? Before the next moon cycle, what needs to be surrendered? Hey, baby, sit down. Sit down, baby. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry, y'all. My baby boy got up. I'm gonna need Siri not to listen. Okay. And know that y'all, they out here, they listening, they're watching you.
Something went wrong. Please try again.
Siri, because ain't nobody talking to you. What is that, huh? I turn around like, wait a minute, my baby over here, how? All right, so this is what needs to be surrendered before the next moon cycle. Your comfortability. Are you willing to give up your comfortability in order to create the world that you want to create with courage, Also, by giving up those ancestral trauma connections, those trauma bonding wounds that keep you in the pattern and keep you stuck and stagnant from having fear and not embodying the courage and the strength that you know that you do have, that you see, that you envision, that you can taste. That's literally right there, but for whatever reason the actions ain't aligning with what you're feeling and thinking and embodying and want to make a move on. Being able to actually have those emotions, train off the emotions from things that's happened to our ancestors in the collective body, and channel it into the deep emotions that's going to be motivation and innovation and integrity, and being able to move that forward. That endurance. This is the overall energy. Are you able to keep going with now knowing the things that it is for you to give up? And the most big thing that for you to give up is, it says, the garden of paradise. That's your comfort zone. Being comfortable. You're going to get real uncomfortable for this new shift. Real uncomfortable for this new shift. Yo, they really did speak on everything that was in almost every transit. Yeah. All right. The Most High. Lord have mercy. Y'all was on the road today, weren't y'all? Yes, y'all were. All right. What 3 messages do you have for them to end out? Okay. Let's do this one for this one. And then the 3 messages. I did put that intention on that. Oh. Okay, let's do this one. Okay, so this is for this one. So we have bounteous, generously given relationships coming together. Atlantis. Keep the big vision. Keep the big vision. Stay in alignment as you grow. Generously given relationships coming together. That confirms that things are coming together. Things are coming together, but you just have to show up as your authentic self. Be happy, be fun, have that unity. Don't be afraid to get back into friendships and having relationships, and being able to also merge your spiritual world with the 3D world that we all live in and we all have to associate in, because it will be an illusion to be able to keep those separated. No, they're supposed to merge together, just like your duality with your masculine and your feminine energies, just like your wounding and everything that we're finding out in these readings, in order to integrate it, because integration is transmutation. It's just in a different format. You're just using it as a superpower instead of you releasing it for it to be recycled. Atlantis, keep the big vision. Keep the big vision. It's coming. Let's keep on doing it for the highest good of all. For your calling, for your path, for your ancestors, for your kids, for your lineage. Now, this is the outgoing message. Cosmic ocean. Current dreams, future realities, new beginnings. Well, that was a perfect ending for this, because this is what this eclipse is all about, is new beginnings. Yes, it is. Know that you are protected. You can just flow on with life. Surrender. Let it go. The only thing you can have control over is yourself, and right now yourself need to be just doing that, just floating, just like, you know what, I'm floating. It's not moment. It's not time to swim right now. I'm gathering my strength to swim in this cosmic ocean. But until then, I'm gonna float and be creative and have fun within myself, within my mind. I'm gonna float and allow life to take me to where it is that I need to go, and being able to just have fun with others and with other people and not feeling triggered when I'm called into the spotlight because I've released those ancestral wounds. All right, y'all. What has been revealed is acknowledged. What is not mine returns to its source. What is mine integrates with clarity. I release projection. I release attachment. I release distortion. May truth remain. May illusion dissolve. May each soul carry forward only what serves their evolution. The mirror closes. The veil falls. And it is now sealed. It is done. Until next time, everyone.